Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess. Today is Hump Day, Wednesday, the 2nd of October. So there's lots of things happening out in the universe today. I know there's some changes to our planetary alignments again, so if you're interested in finding out about that, I don't know enough about it to share it with you, but I've seen so much posted the last couple of days and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so exhausted from all the different aspects I've been going through personally. So anyway, checking out some dates, so let's go through them for you. 13th of October I'm down at Bomaderry, New South Wales, for the Gypsy Caravan. 20th of October we've got our Facebook Live. If you're interested in coming over and joining us for some card pulls, please join my Facebook page at the Aussie Goddess. 27th of October I'm at Merriweather down in Newcastle. 2nd of November I'm at Goulburn, Gypsy Caravan, and the 9th of November I have a psychic night at Bathurst if you're interested in that. Any of those, just flick me an email and I'll tell you how you can, throwing cards away here, and I'll tell you how you can get involved in any of those. For personal readings, those sort of things, everything is generally below in the 6 of Cups, 7 of Wands coming out there for anybody who's interested. All the details for the personal readings are under the monthly reads. I don't always get time to put them under the daily ones. All right, for this reading, I already have in my hand the Modern Spellcasters Tarot. I must be due for a change of decks, I think. And I will pull a card from Wisdom of the Oracle because they're still resonating so beautifully with everybody. Alrighty, let's see what's going on in the ethers today. Okie dokie, after I just said how much changing I'm going through. This is the Death card. Now, for some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but the Death card talks about deep transformation. Now, this is about completely changing where you are to go into a different direction. I think sometimes this is really obvious to us when this happens because I always talk about conscious changing. So when you're consciously changing, you might be doing meditation, you might be doing the work that's required of you, but basically you're listening to what the universe is telling you. But sometimes these changes can come unconsciously too, and sometimes they'll work their way through you in an epiphany, and that may not be something you've particularly worked on, but the universe has been working, or spirit's been working in the background, and then all of a sudden you'll get the message for something to change within you, and it's like bang, you know, oh, I get it now. So I have a combination of both, like most people. I do think there is a lot of people who don't receive the messages because they're not open to them. So this could be spirit working through you unconsciously or consciously. So but definitely big changes here. The Three of Cups behind that. Now, the Three of Cups is the card of celebration, time with family and friends. It's about joy and happiness. It can denote that there's somebody extra in your relationship. So you could be dealing with someone who has something that is either preventing, stopping you coming forward. It also could be that you're transforming that. So you could be working on some sort of third-party situation to change something. But very often this card comes up in that circumstance. I do have the card of boundaries coming up next. And lately I've been realizing that this has a lot more meaning and a lot more depth to it than probably I realized many years ago, because I would always talk about setting your own boundaries up. I mean, someone here is clearly trying to protect themselves from something. So for me, it's particularly about healthy boundaries, understanding, you know, how to look after yourself in relationships and with other people. But it's also about being a little careful that you haven't overset your boundaries and you're blocking your heart off. And the other thing, of course, if you've got that ceiling too low, then it's not allowing you to go any higher. So it could be that you think that you could never be wealthy, you can never be rich, you can never find the love that you want, whatever. And that is what you're setting for yourself. So it can be a number of things. And I do want to say to you that the universe is working with you at the moment to help you bring alive those dreams and wishes that you want. So that is why you're being put through some of this sort of transformation at the moment, because they're trying to get you on a path to bring you into alignment with what you really want here. So remember, sometimes that we've set our own boundaries here and said, you know, we can't have this or we can't do that, because we've been taught that is all we deserve. And of course, there is no limit to what you can achieve. So let's have a look and see what else the cards are telling us. Okay, so 5 Pentacles coming straight out. Now, the 5 of Pentacles is the card of feeling a little bit left out in the cold. So you could be dealing with someone who's not sharing with you, or has left you without answers. Sometimes we get left out in the cold when relationships break down or there's some sort of interruption to communication. But you're certainly feeling like you have nobody to listen, nobody to talk to. Sometimes it can be a card of like depression or sadness as well. But the thing is, there's a light on the other side of that door there. And the light sort of implies that you do always have spirit with you. You always have someone listening to what you say. You just have to understand that. Queen of Cups coming out here. So you could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio. This person is very in tune with their own thoughts and feelings and their own spirituality. The Queen of Cups is a beautiful card because it represents gifted people, people who have developed their own spirituality. So they're often people who have a very good understanding of a spiritual nature. Sometimes psychics and things like that come up as the Queen of Cups. 6 of Swords coming in here. So definitely somebody moving away from something here that has left them feeling out in the cold, but moving to better times here. Okay, 3 of Wands coming in. Yep, definitely looking towards the future, looking towards what sort of future you have, looking out, waiting for your ships to come in. Okay, and we do have the Magician here. So some of you are understanding the power of manifestation. Oh, and they just said you don't always get what you wish for either. So that's quite interesting because there's an offer coming in here. Quite possibly from the water sign that's represented here. Although I've got to say that could be 2 very different people here. Even though they both represent water signs, they're different energies. Okay, so we have a broken heart. We have another 3. So definitely some of you dealing with third-party situations. Now remember, third party doesn't always mean an extra person. It can be that something else is stopping 2 of you coming together. If this was related to work rather than love, then it could be that there's somebody standing in the way of you getting another job, somebody standing in the way from you getting inheritance, that type of thing. There is love here though. So we do have a brand new start here in love. Something that's pure, something that's true, but you don't trust it. Okay, why don't you trust it? Okay, because there is a victory here. All right, might need to pull a couple more cards on this. Let's see how we go with the reading. Alrighty, so I have somebody going through some sort of transformation. Somebody's coming towards you after giving away a third-party situation. So I've got to say that first off for those who've been waiting for someone to come towards them that has had a lot of problems and issues trying to remove themselves from some other situation, without doubt now. Okay, so I think that somebody has realised with the boundaries that they're not entrapped by this situation. They have realised that probably should be upside down. They've realised that they can get away. See the stars behind that and then the 2 of Pentacles. So somebody has made a decision to move away from something that's not serving them because they finally got some sort of transformation that makes them realise they're not trapped where they are. So that often is the removal of ego. So it's ego that keeps us trapped. So if somebody's been trying to move away from something to come towards you, which it looks like they're doing here, it could be that they've shed that part of their ego that's kept them trapped in that former situation. Because they're now moving towards the future. They do have an offer here, and this is a manifestation of these things. So there's been some sort of divine sort of intervention here to help them understand that they can move forward rather than, because you've got the card here, if you have a look at these two, we have the card of being left out in the cold and then looking towards the future. So someone's changed through the Queen of Cups energy. Someone has changed their perspective here. And that's what the Nine of Wands is telling me as well. And they're now coming forward to make an offer. Now, for some unknown reason here, you're not trusting or you're confused about this offer that's being made. The cards clearly show, and Spirit is showing me clearly that you have victory here. But there are fears you have yourself here from, I think, former heartbreak, former hurts and pains that are stopping you either accepting this offer at this time, or not really being sure of what you've been offered in this cup. Because always with the Seven of Cups, it can show a lot of different things in those cups. And it's like this cup may hold something that you don't want. So maybe you're trying to work out if this person is genuine, whether the love offer is real, whether it's a real situation. Perhaps you're doubting that this is really happening, especially in light of if you've been waiting a long time for someone to free themselves up to come towards you. It's a destined event. This person is destined to come towards you. It's very clear here that they are understanding how to work with Spirit here and co-create with the universe. So they definitely are genuine. But here I see a person who's confused, unsure. Oh, how interesting. I love it. You know, I don't read cards in reversal, so when they come out in a reverse, I think, oh, I love it. Oh, I have to put another card on that. Oh, and I have to put another card on that. All right, okay. Very, very nice. So those people who are unsure of what they're being offered here, first off, I want to say to you, oh, Spirit works in amazing ways, I've got to tell you now. So the Ten of Swords came out in reverse. Now, you could see this, that you're avoiding an end to something. You could. But I really think this is getting past the end of a cycle here. So you're being confronted here with letting go of pain from past hurts. Now, if you see the swords, they're in the back. When we have it upside down, they can't stay where they are. They have to fall out. So I think for some of you here, this is about past pain, past hurts, and judging through your ego this cup of love based in what you know here. But you don't have to do that. It's a brand new offer. What comes behind that is the Death card again. So we have a transformation here, but now it's not the person's transformation that was coming towards you. This is your transformation, because things are being shown to you through this moon here. Things were hidden before, but now they're being brought in. You are learning here to trust your intuition with the High Priestess. And then the Nine of Cups came in, because this is a wish come true. So what I'm feeling here for some of you, this is about not really believing that you deserve this. It could be that this has been going on for a really long time. You could have had someone who's been saying they've come to you for a very long time. It could be that you've been waiting on some sort of resolution for a long time, some sort of situation that clears itself. But basically what it's saying here is that, oh, how beautiful, that you will get your wish. And that will be hard for you to take, because you don't have the belief here that this will come in for you. So we have the card of mending here. And it is the card 52. And for all the numerology people, of course, that's 7. And I think it may be the very last card in this deck. It is. How interesting. End of a cycle. So mending. So this is about forgiveness, making amends, and healing after arguments. So that's the main essential meaning. The Oracle's message is, each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal, the pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. Well, that is absolutely beautiful and perfect for this reading. Have a fantastic day.